My project aims to address some of the various documented hacks and shortcomings of electronic voting machines, such as being able to remotely log into them, being able to cast an unlimited number of votes, storing passwords in clear text, and setting the root password to something too simple. A valid line of inquiry for addressing these problems is a ballot smart contract hosted on the Ethereum network. If you look over here, I have a front end to a ballot contract that I've already deployed to the network. The ballot contract is written in Solidity. When you compile Solidity, you get an interface, which is also called an ABI, and the bytecode. So the bytecode is what gets deployed to the network and what lives on Rinkeby forever. And then the interface is what I'm using in my front-end app to interact with the ballot. So up here, you can see that I compiled the code without any problems, and then I also deployed the code without any problems. In the deploy script, we needed to pass in the Infura API, which is a public endpoint to a Infura node cluster. This is so that we don't have to host our own Rinkeby node on the local computer, which would take up a lot of resources and cost a lot of time. We also passed in the Truffle HD wallet provider, which was made with the Infura API and the 12-word mnemonic from my MetaMask accounts. The MetaMask accounts are just Ethereum accounts, kind of like bank accounts that I made on the Rinkeby test network. So after we deploy the code, we take this interface and pass it into the ABI that the web app uses. So here's that compiled interface, and then here's the address. So if I go over to the web app, I've already entered some of the candidates, but I haven't voted yet. So as this account, I should only be able to vote once. So let's say I vote for Al Gore. Every time you change information on the smart contract, you have to pay a little bit of Ether. So I'm paying some Ether to vote for Al Gore. If I wanted to just read the number of votes, it wouldn't cost any money because it doesn't cost money to read information off of the smart contract. So I'm getting weird messages from MetaMask, but as you can see from my front end, it says that the vote has been processed. And then we can see in MetaMask that the contract interaction was confirmed. I'm also logged in as MetaMask as the vote keeper, so I can add a candidate. So let's say I want to add George Bush. I can add candidate 3. It'll tell me right here in my front end that it's sending my candidate to the smart contract. I hit confirm the Ether transfer from my account, and then this should go through. It takes a little while. Sometimes. There we go. George Bush was added.